Good evening, everybody. Is there you felt like forever since I did this since I did this podcast. Normally I do them on Tuesdays, and what you can see on your the welcome sign is that I am safe with it Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Um, and right now, we have lots to talk about, and I'm glad I'm doing this today instead of maybe for Tuesday. Plus, if you're in Ohio, we do have a few things to talk about um, for tomorrow. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it. First up, let's talk about our 6 day um, forecast. Um, it is gonna feel like summer uh, for the next few for the next few days. Definitely tomorrow is a high close to 80. But most of us will possibly stick close in the lower 70s to the upper 70s. And to take a look, when the cold front comes through tomorrow, and we're going to talk more about that here in a second, where we go through all of it. Um, Tomorrow's going to be 61. Finally, we're going to get those that sun back. It's been disappeared for a quite long time for most of us. But then, my beginning our work week, we are back in the middle, lower 70s, and close to the end of the work week, we're gonna be in the 60s, 40s, and that is where this is going to come. And the rain does return for Tuesday. Um, um, but the sun is still going to try to peak up. Definitely looking even further in the next 2 days, which we do have a few things to talk about when we get closer to the following work week. If you haven't seen that blood moon on Tuesday, you won't see it again until I think it's 2029 or 2038 in a bit year. Um, the next full moon will be April 1st. This is called the pink moon. It's going to light up the sky. And I did update our 12 seasons. Um, right now, we are between the fluid spring that we are in. And we are also in the second winter phase. Um, but pretty soon we are gonna skip and head on over to spring dedication. That's the next upcoming 12 seasons for if you live in the Ohio region. So let's talk about tomorrow. As you can see the graphic on your screen, we have severe weather for the most part of the region. And I've been keeping my eye on, and we do have the timing of these um, storms. That is in the next few slides. So right now the main threat you can see will be some damaging winds. But that is not all the threats. We do have two threats that remain of a very low level, but not zero. If you live in these regions, the next threat, which is a level 1 threat, will be hail. When we talk about slight risk for the thunderstorm, of course we will have the dimension strong, strong to dimension winds with these storms. Um, but the hail cannot be ruled out when it comes to any severe weather. And this is where most people will get real when they hear this word. Is the tornado risk. Not everybody will see a tornado warning, but I don't want to jinx it, but it remains very low for a tornado watch. But again, it's a low risk, but it can't be ruled out. I will be in the office basically all day into the early evening. And we will have, I made a graphic of that. I think it's the next slide. No. So, here's the updated annual tornado popularity. And we will get back into the severe storms here in a second. I do want to point this out. If you are in the Illinois area, you do have the risk of a tornado in the annual tornado. Definitely in the Indianapolis area, and that's where that tornado warning is. I mean, the tornado alley is expanded. Um, if you're in the Ohio region, we do have that 60-70% of seeing a tornado. But I've been doing my research, and this seems to be correct. If you are in a test area, we still have that 60-70% of seeing a tornado. Even though it's rare, but it's always definitely during the summertime. It's spring. Let's move on. Here is your March average tornado risk. Yes, I can tell you that the average tornado risk, if the system stays together for tomorrow, definitely for next year, the average tornado risk will probably be upgraded. Um, for good. The greatest threat of any tornadoes, of course, will be in that little section you see by Dallas to Louisiana, wherever that greatest risk is. There is a 50% of a possible risk and stuff. Right. Now, in a dark, when you get into that more dark red, there's that greatest threat. And we've seen Oklahoma has lots of tornado warnings. And before I went to bed, I did pull up my radar, and there was lots of reports of a tornado touchdown in the Oklahoma area. Um, so pretty sure this map for next year will be upgraded. Um, Here is what we are tracking for severe weather for tomorrow. The main threat, I did put Damason winds, but I should put next time Damason to strong winds. Um, that is our main greatest threat for tomorrow. Um, the tornado and hail remains a threat when it comes to all these storms. but it remains low but not zero. And the timing, I did run through the model a couple of times. Um, it, to see these threads will be possibly in the not in the morning, in the early afternoon into the late um, afternoon into the early evening. Um, that is when we are going to see these strong to dem strong to strong. I can't think of the um, word as a strong. So here is the slight twist when it comes to these severe symptoms possible. Here's both our possible. This probably should have been number one um, slide, but I will remember it next time. Um, but again, these are sort of related. I did run the models, and it is not a widespread. It is not widespread or isolated. It will be scattered. Um, intense storms. Um, there is always a one or two possible tornadoes. And we're going to take a look at the radar here very soon. The strong to damaging winds will be the main threats. Hail is, if there's any hail with these storms, it will be 1 inch to 2 inches. Um, and let's take a look at our radar. And while you're looking at the radar, you see that yellow, that, let me zoom out, that is where they are stressing, that's where the strong storms are going to be. If there is a Moscow risk, there's that um, possible that these storms will become intense. But the more intense will be in the yellow for potential thunderstorms that we saw sixth, on the 6th day. So let's go ahead and run these models. But first, I do want to point out this and that green. That is a Marsupial risk. And that is where they expect possible 1 or 2 tornadoes to form. And we're going to, again, before we went through the models, there is like a 3 to 4 hours difference. So we're going to run it little by little together. Here's the hail possibility. Almost the whole entire state of Ohio into the Indiana and the Pittsburgh areas. There is that possibility that there will be hail with these storms, and the more you go into the yellow, that is where we will see the best chance for the strong damage and winds to take place for tomorrow. So for today, I do want to draw your attention to the Kansas area. It possibly and the Oklahoma area. We already are seeing special weather statements. If you're in the hands risk, today, you may want to be weather aware. Not everybody will see these storms, but there will be possible, the more you go down into the Oklahoma Little Rock region, you do have a percentile for the great tornado, 19%. More who get out of that yellow, 5% through 19%. This be weather aware. So let's set that up and let's run these models. Okay, let's go from 10 p.m. to night. We will stay quiet, and by 1 a.m. we are still quiet, and by 4 a.m. tomorrow morning you can see that little rain by the Cleveland area, so close to the lake area. By 7 a.m. most of us will stay quiet, and some will get that just a little rain, nothing serious. By 10 a.m. and that is where by the Toledo area and Lima, um, let me know if I said Lima correctly or not. Um, that is where the greatest, possibly where these storms will start to form by 10 a.m. By 1 p.m. again, this is this. There is a difference. There is between 6 hours difference with these with this model. And again, I'm going to be here all day tomorrow, keeping my eyes on the radar. Just in case there's any severe thunderstorm watch or warning, which I do expect when we get into the early afternoon, into the late afternoon. Um, that is where we're probably going to see the severe thunderstorm watch and possibly transfer into a severe thunderstorm warning. Um, it is March, and this is kind of the perfect timing to see these storms. And this is like a very severe weather for the year of 2026. Um, and by 4 p.m. there will be still a little raindrops. Um, it does look like possibly the severe threat will be out um, by 7. It will remain quiet. We probably between 10 and 1 a.m. There will possibly be a sprinkle or two, and by 4 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, we will have the rain hours, but that's severe. Um, if by 7 a.m., excuse me, Sunday, it will start to move out into the West Virginia areas, and throughout that time, we will remain quiet. Um, Again, I will keep my eyes on the forecast. If there's possibly any tornado watches or warning, I will post it on my Snapchat um, account, and I will keep you guys um, updated. Right now, I'm getting my radar back in order, which I probably did not do right. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated. All day I just hit the dog toy. Um, but yeah, this if you're in the Oklahoma to Kansas area, um, be weather aware. I do not see any severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado watches or warnings at this time. Again, I don't cover that area right now. I only do Ohio region right now. Um, this be weather rare today in that area. You just pointed out. And again, if there's any updates for the severe weather tomorrow, I will probably post it. If not, just keep your eyes open because again, I will be here all day tomorrow. Um, I will talk to you guys again on Monday, and I'm going to put a 6-day forecast right back up. And don't forget to sprint forward tomorrow before you head to bed. If you can see the sprint forward between Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, we sprint ahead, not forward. Ahead. Forward. If I got that messed up, let me know in the comments. Um, and I will talk to you guys again on Monday. Have a great day and God bless.